Ancient Egyptian units of measure include units for length, area and volume. Length. Units of length date back to at least the early dynastic period. In the Palermo stone, for instance, the level of the Nile River is recorded. During the reign of Pharaoh Dija, the height of the river Nile was given as measuring 6 cubits and 1 palm. This is equivalent to approximately 3.2 meters. A third dynasty diagram shows how to construct an elliptical vault using simple measures along an arc. The ostracon depicting this diagram was found in the area of the Step Pyramid in Saqqara. A curve is divided into 5 sections and the height of the curve is given in cubits, palms and fingers in each of the sections. Egyptian circle Hira in tables refers to Gardner numbers from the sign list starting p. 438. Values of measurements refer to section 266 p. 199 to 200. See also lengths could be measured by ordinary cubit rods, examples of which have been found in the tombs of officials for lengths up to the sizes measured by Roman and royal cubits which were used for land measures such as roads and fields, using rods, poles and knotted cords. 14 such rods, including one double cubit rod, were described and compared by Lepsius in 1865. 2 examples are known from the tomb of Maya, the treasurer of Tutankhamun, in Saqqara. Another was found in the tomb of Kha in Thebes. These cubits are about 52.5 centimeters long and are divided into palms and hands. Each palm is divided into 4 fingers from left to right and the fingers are further subdivided into row from right to left. The rules are also divided into hands so that, for example, on foot is given as 3 hands and 15 fingers and also as 4 palms and 16 fingers for longer distances, such as land measurements. The ancient Egyptians used rope. A scene in the tomb of Mena in Thebes shows surveyors measuring a plot of land using rope with knots tied at regular intervals. Similar scenes can be found in the tombs of Amenhotep Sesi Kemhat and Jeseker-Esneb. The balls of rope are also shown in New Kingdom statues of officials such as Senenmut, Amenemhet-Shura and Penenhor. Area. The records of areas of land date back to the early dynastic period. Gifts of land recorded in the Palermo stone are expressed in terms of kha, setit, etc. Further examples of units of area come from the mathematical papyri. Several problems in the Moscow mathematical papyrus, for instance, give the area of a rectangular plot of land and given a ratio for the lengths of the sides of the rectangles. One is asked to compute the lengths of the sides. The setit was equal to 1 square ket, where a ket measured 100 cubits. The setit could be divided into strips 1 ket long and 10 cubit wide. Volume, capacity and weight. Several problems in the mathematical papyri deal with volume questions. For example, in RMP 42, the volume of a circular granary is computed as part of the problem and units of cubic cubits, car. Quadruple hekits and hekits are used. Problem 80 on the Rind mathematical papyrus recorded how to divide grain, a topic included in RMP 42, into smaller units called henu. The text states, as for vessels used in measuring grain by the functionaries of the granary, done into henu. 1 hekat makes 10 henu, 1/2 makes 5 henu, 1/4 makes 2.5, etc. Weights were measured in terms of deben. This unit would have been equivalent to 13.6 grams in the Old Kingdom and Middle Kingdom. During the New Kingdom, however, it was equivalent to 91 grams. For smaller amounts, the kite and the shemati were used. Time. Years were not numbered but rather named. When named after rulers, they are thus regnal years. The Egyptians divided their year into 3 120-day seasons of 4 months or 30 days named 3ht or Akhet, Prt or Peret, and Shmu or Shemu. Akhet was the season of inundation. Peret was the season which saw the emergence of life after the inundation. The season of Shemu was named after the low water and included harvest time. Thus the Egyptian calendar had a total of 12 months of 30 days each plus 5 epigomenal days, making 365 days, as this is less than the actual 365.25. The seasons shifted in the calendar over time. The introduction of equal-length hours occurred in 127 BC. The Alexandrian scholar Claudius Ptolemaeus introduced the division of the hour into 60 minutes in the 2nd century AD. Problems of equitable distribution and accurate measurement. Not all measurements were units. Rho, for example, were unit fractions which Egyptians used instead of decimals or other fractions. Tables of unit fraction were used in the RMP. Table 11.1 is a translation of the one made by the scribe in preparation for the first 6 problems of the RMP. In these problems, which immediately follow the original table, 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, and 9 loaves are to be divided equally among 10 men. The table is in effect a ruler which allows a computation. Division of the numbers chapter 1 to 9 by 10. Table 11.1. A similar computation can use a ramen as the diagonal of a square with side a cubit or give a value for pi. In the RMP, the scribe's method of finding the area of a circle is subtract from the diameter its 9 part and square the remainder, etc. In architect used numerical analysis to state a formula in the form of 3, 8, 64, where each added term from the formula would arrive at a better approximation.